We agreed to focus on strengthening interactions between the constituent entities of the Russian Federation and partners from Africa. This direction is undoubtedly of strategic significance for us. It is one of our key foreign policy priorities, not only because Africa is often referred to as the continent of the future with vast resources, perhaps even comparable to those of Siberia as some would argue, though that is for scientists to determine. In any case, until recently, these resources were not used for the benefit of African peoples, even after gaining political independence during the decolonization process, which was spearheaded by our country. Even after obtaining political independence, economically and financially, the newly independent African states remained, and in many ways still remain, dependent on their former colonial powers. In our contacts with our African friends, we are witnessing what I would call Africa's second awakening. Having gained political independence, they want to move towards using their resources and wealth primarily in their own national interests, while remaining open to international cooperation. This trend confirms that the African continent already is, and its role will continue to grow, one of the pillars of the emerging multipolar world order and will play an increasingly significant role in global politics, economics, and finance. Our country, the Soviet Union, followed by the Russian Federation, has traditionally been an active supporter of strengthening the sovereignty of African countries since the decolonization era. Our country, as known, led the decolonization process. Decolonization, as I mentioned, involved not only the political sphere but also the strengthening of sovereignty in the economy, energy, military-technical, food, technological fields, any area on which the sovereignty of each state depends. Moreover, Africans are ready to pursue these goals relying on their own resources and national interests. To help them rely more effectively on their resources, we talk about the contribution of regions to working with the African continent. This contribution is already significant. Notably among the subjects of the Federation are Moscow, St. Petersburg, Krasnodar, Krasnoyarsk, Stavropol regions, Tatarstan, Yakutia, and the Rostov and Kemerovo regions. For many years, the regions of southern Russia have supplied large volumes of agricultural products to Africa. Our goal, as requested by our African colleagues, is to transition from or supplement food supply with establishing food production and especially fertilizers directly on the African continent, for which all opportunities exist. We understand there are challenges, including logistic and financial constraints, but I am convinced these are all surmountable. We will actively encourage the interest of our regions, including all present here, but not limited to them, in establishing and developing mutually beneficial contacts with African countries. We will involve our embassies in promoting regional interests and advancing projects that have potential as mutually beneficial investment opportunities. Today, we'll look at what additional steps can be taken in this direction. In Africa, we are undoubtedly awaited, as our friends from the continent regularly tell us. We must meet these expectations.